Hello, everyone. This is your host, Dr. Tomi Mitchell from the Mental Health and Wellness Show. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Coach Cudjo. He is the founder and head at Human Optimization 3.0, also called H3O. He is a leading expert in performance by optimizing various aspects of life, including physical, mental, and emotional health. Boasting over 3 decades of experience in business consulting and executive coaching, he is widely recognized as the teacher of teachers and leaders of leaders for his work empowering individuals and communities to reach their full potential by achieving harmony in spirit, mind, and body. Coach Cudjo is a graduate of Dale Carnegie and the Landmark Forum and holds certifications as an advanced NLP practitioner, personal trainer, life coach, nutritionist, and metabolic specialist. A former professional athlete, he has hosted the Fitness RX show on ESPN Radio, where he shared his expertise in health and wellness with a wide audience. All right, with no further ado, welcome to the show, Coach Cudjo.
Dr. Mitchell, it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you and your tribe, your family of listeners. I am here to serve. I'm here to do my best to give information to empower your listeners to take full control of their existence and full control of their life. And believe me, it is possible. We have been socialized to believe that we are less than. My mission is to educate, motivate, and inspire people to step into their full power of who they are as a creative being. And this is what I do. This has been my work for 3.5 decades. I've been working privately with clients. Before all this stuff got popular, being a coach and being on the digital world, I was doing this stuff just for the passion and love of helping humans get to a better place in their life. And guess what? I had to start with myself.
Yes.
I came from a very challenging background, and we don't have to go into the details of that because we all have had challenging backgrounds and childhoods and maybe went through a little abuse here and there along the way. But that thing right there is what gave me power, gave me strength, gave me clarity, and helped me to understand the common denominators of success in humanity and then the common denominators of failure in humanity. And it all starts with your biology. It all starts with your health, your body. Any clients that I work with, I build them or rebuild them from the inside out because that's how everything is built anyway, from the inside out.
I love it. You speak in my language, and honestly, I can respect you for your previous history growing up. You mentioned it wasn't easy, and I can say the same thing too. I wasn't raised with a silver spoon in my mouth. I think that's what gave me the energy, the perspective that I am the woman I am right now because I've lived life, right? And I love it how you say how health starts from the inside out.
Yes,
Right? When
yes.
anyone who likes working on cars, I don't like working on cars, but my car gets worked on periodically. You start from the inside out. And same with our health, like you were saying before, it's that beauty goes from the inside out, the health, that exuberance, that wellness, that mind, body, soul connection, that understanding that you are not your labels, that you are created, that you are infinite, that you have so much potential. But the sad truth is, most people don't recognize it, don't accept it, they deny it, and they play small. And as a result, they're living in that manifestation of playing small. They're not living in their birthright as a human being. And it's not surprising when we look at our world and we look at the state of things right now. I'm just curious. You
Absolutely.
said in your bio, you said you played football. I don't want to assume what you play, but can you share with the audience what sport you were playing?
Hey, yes, I played football. I was
Yeah.
very seldom did I even get off the field, Dr. Mitchell. I played defensive cornerback. I was on offense as a fullback. I was the punt return guy in the back that caught the ball and tried to run a touchdown. And I was also kickoff return. I was on the field quite a bit. And unfortunately, me being on the field so much, I ended up acquiring 3 major injuries that ended my football career. I
Mm.
blew out my ACL and my lateral meniscus, both on my left and right knee. I blew out my L3, L4 on my lower lumbar. I had some hard decisions to face. At that time, it was either do the surgeries and potentially recover and continue to play football. And I came from a very long line of football players. It was in our blood. It was just the way we moved as men. My dad is in the Hall of Fame. Again, we come from that long lineage of football players. It was almost socially pushed on me by my family that you got to make it to the NFL. I had all of my eggs in the NFL basket. That's who I thought I was. That's what I thought my mission was. And that's what I thought my destiny was. And then I got injured. And of course, I had to face a decision to have surgery or not. And to be honest with you, Dr. Mitchell, I had no clue about who I was at the time. But I did hear a pretty strong voice inside of me saying, do not do the surgeries.
Yes.
And so I was struggling with that information because, of course, there was a side of me said, don't do the surgery. And then there was another side of me that said, do the surgery so you can get your education and you can play football and you can get to the NFL. But unfortunately, that voice that was saying, don't do the surgeries was much louder because at that time, again, I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm 59 years old. I'll be 60 in October. I was playing football back in the early 80s. Late 70s. Back then, they didn't have the medical technology, which I'm sure you can appreciate that they have today. Yeah. They used to cut the knee wide open to do the surgery. They used to cut the spine wide open to do the surgery. I had a couple athletic friends of mine that had went through that similar surgery, and they just were not doing good at all. I just said, no, I'm not doing it. Here's where it all began, which is absolutely incredible. I quit playing football. I got kicked off the campus. My parents couldn't afford to keep me in school. Here I am, injured, can't go to school, unfocused, and I slipped into a very deep depression. I started doing things to destroy my body. Yeah. I started doing things to destroy my life because depression does not motivate you to do good things. It's just a different type of energy.
Yes.
And depression ran very deeply in my family. So I was starting to experience that. And after a year's time, I just woke up one day and said, this is not who I am. I gained a ton of weight. I was unhealthy. I just didn't like who I was. When I looked at myself in the mirror, there was a bunch of judgment there. And I just said, I have to change my life. I entered into working out and transforming my own physical health. I started studying kinesiology so I could understand how the human body works and how it's connective and the tissues and the ligaments and how everything works properly. I found that I loved researching that information more than I loved playing football, which was weird. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? I ended up, long story short, I ended up rehabbing myself 100%, no surgeries. And then I realized how amazing, listen to me, Dr. Mitchell, how amazing, listeners, I need you guys to listen to me right now, because some of the things that are going to come out of my mouth, you're not going to believe it. And that's your problem. I have found over the course of 38 years of working with people, thousands of clients, you only have one problem. It's your beliefs.
Yes. Mindset, belief. Yes.
You only have one problem. It's your beliefs. Yeah. I didn't really realize that. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, working for a man named Ric Flair, and some of you guys may know him. He was a professional wrestler, star in his industry and what he was doing, but I worked for him. He had a bunch of gyms that he owned in Charlotte. He was a gym guy, and I was a gym guy. So I was a director for him, and I had a friend come in. Matter of fact, the friend was a doctor, and we were talking at the juice bar, and he was telling me about a couple clinical trials. He couldn't go into detail, but he was telling me they were doing some clinical trials on 4 different types of medications. I was very interested because I had never understood that. I said, can you explain to me what happens from lab to market? How does a pharmaceutical med get from lab to market? So he explained it to me. He talked to me about the trials, the double-blind placebo trials that they do. And I said, well, what is that? And he explained to me that whenever they're testing any medical pharmaceutical med, they measure that against a sugar pill.
Yes, placebo.
And a placebo. And I was like, what? He goes, we use a sugar pill, and the patients don't know what they're getting. They think they're getting the medications. He goes, it's double blind, so we have two populations of people, and we give one population the medicine, and then we give one population the sugar pill, and then we measure the results they get. And I said, really? He said, yes. I was like, wow. I said, so what are the clinical outcomes? He goes, and he told me, he goes, Tony, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but he goes, the sugar pill 9 out of 10 times outperforms the medication. I said, are you joking with me? He goes, no, I'm not. I said, so how does the medication get to market then if it's being outperformed by a sugar pill? He said, well, there's just basic criteria that have to be met before you can take that product and introduce it to humanity, if you will. Yeah. I said, well, do they ever show the results of the placebo? He goes, no, they don't do that. So I realized in that moment, I'm like, oh, it just came to me. Yeah. Oh my God. And you probably know this, Dr. Mitchell, especially working with all the patients you've worked with and traveling around the world like you have. It's mindset.
Yes.
Life itself is a placebo. If you say you're sick, you're going to get
You're gonna
sick.
be sick.
And if you're hanging around sick people, guess what? And they're talking about being sick, you are in the energy of sickness.
Mm-hmm.
But has no choice by the law of energy of sickness for you to
Gravitation.
manifest that in your
Mhm.
body as well,
Yes.
because you have the potential. And as you and I were talking, Dr. Mitchell, the body is a dichotomy within itself. The body is looking for homeostasis, which is balance. It's not looking for the left or the right side, it's looking for the middle. So I look at our community as a global community. And I think once we start adopting that mindset, Dr. Mitchell, I believe we're going to be able to start to cure a lot of the issues that we have in this world, because, it's real hard for me to have any consideration for you or empathy for you, or not sympathy, but empathy for you, if I don't believe that we're connected.
Oh,
You
100%.
see what
I
I
believe
mean? If
that
I,
wholeheartedly. I tell my patients, I tell anyone, I'm like, this is, we're all part of this human race. We're all connected. I'm Mama Bear, just so you know, that's like my alter ego, Mama Bear. And the world are my cubs. And my patients are my cubs. The patients across the world are my cubs. It's just land and space, it's just
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But we should be connected. We should share resources. We should love each other. We should show humanity to each other. That's just my plug for the day.
So
But
you know
yeah,
what? So here, I always give people actionable tools on how to get here, because everyone's saying this,
yeah,
Dr. Mitchell. We
yeah,
should be mindful that we're all connected.
yeah.
You should understand that your body has the biology to heal itself.
Hmm.
These words are all great, that they're all eloquent words and they feel good, they sound good, but
Yes,
how does a person take action and get to the place of
yes,
belief? You see,
yes,
there's a difference between what, it seems to me, after having a conversation with you earlier, that you live your life on the premises of knowing, not belief, knowing.
knowing. Yeah.
You know who you are.
Hmm.
You know what your work is in this world,
Yes,
right? You know why you're doing it,
yes.
right? And see, here's the problem. If we get to the core of the matter, I always build people from, when I'm working with my clients, sweetheart, here's the deal. I want to get you to a great place and I want to keep you there.
Yes. 100%.
People used to always come to me. They were on medications. Matter of fact, I had some people that had stage 4 cancer. I had some people that were in some really bad places
Mm.
health wise. And, we got them to a better place to where they were healthy. And they would look at me, Dr. Mitchell, and they'd say, "Oh, what am I supposed to do next?" I said, "Well, this is pretty simple. You just keep doing what you're doing."
100%. I think what you're alluding to is called transformation, that renewal of one mind, right? That's what we have to do. We have to renew the mind. We have to transform. So it's not just like taking material, changing for a few days, a few weeks, and then going back to the previous nature. No, you have to continuously renew, transform. It should be throughout your entire life, how you talk, how you walk, who you hang out
Yes.
with. That's where things happen. Like,
But see, here's the problem. Even me, when I was in a tough, and this is what I had to learn, even though I didn't know the law like I know it today. I was living by the law then, and didn't you are living by the law right now. Regardless if you know it or not, you are a
yeah,
creative being. That's just the way God created you. You can't get away from it. You can run as long as you want,
but you
hard
can't
as you
hide.
want, as
Hmm.
fast as you want, but you cannot get away from this. So
Hmm.
when I work with my clients, they have to accept that first, because if you don't accept that you're the creator, if you don't accept that you're the controller of your life, I can't help you do anything. And you can't help yourself do anything either, because you will continually give the power to other people.
100%.
You
You're the
see,
master.
you're a physician, and if I was your patient, guess what? Your health is not my responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's
Hmm.
not yours.
Hmm.
My health is not your responsibility. You're a participant in my health equation. You're help guiding me by your understanding, your education, and your background. And you're giving me ideas, and you're giving me principles, and you're giving me plans to help me to improve my health. But at the end of the day, guess what? Tony has to take action on all of that.
Exactly.
So here's
Exactly.
what I find. People have a difficult time taking action on things that will benefit them, because they've been so socialized to believe that they're less than. If you don't believe that you deserve abundance, you'll never get it. If you don't believe that you deserve great health, you'll never achieve it. If you don't believe that life is good and happy and full of opportunities, you will never see it that way.
100%. And
Here's the law that I would like for everybody to understand:
yeah,
seek and ye shall find.
yes,
Whatever you seek, you're going to find it. Now,
yes,
let's start with self,
yes.
because everything starts with self.
100%.
The life that you have externally started with self. The
Mhm.
trials and tribulations that you have right now started with self.
Yes,
The victories that you are experiencing right now started with self.
yes.
What I do is I teach my clients you are a circle. There's no way of getting around it. Whatever you say will come back to you, and whatever you do will come back to you.
Mhm.
You are a circle by design. You are a circle by creation.
100%.
And when you understand that, you'll be very conscious and careful about, first of all, what comes out of your mouth. Secondly, you'll be more conscious and careful about what you're doing.
100%.
Every single human being on this planet has these three distinct energies. God has put it in every single human. And I tell you something, Dr. Mitchell, I learned a lot when I went under the bridge and started talking to homeless people. I was working with a lot of C-suite executives that were super successful financially, career-wise.
Yeah.
You look at them socially, you'll say they have everything, the big houses, the big cars, they live in the right zip codes, and they wear the right clothes and drive the right cars, and they have a lot of money. But I wanted to meet the people on the other side of the spectrum and see who they were. So I started speaking to them, and I started noticing there's three common denominators to every human being, every single one that's created on this planet, and we all have it. Every single human being on this planet, and I need you guys to understand this. This has nothing to do with religion. So I'm going to ask you, in order for you to accept this information, or maybe just even look at it properly, I'm going to ask all of you beautiful listeners I want you to create a little box in your mind. I want you to create this little box. You can make it look any way you want. And now you're going to take this journey with me. You're going to take this H3O journey with me and Dr. Mitchell. And it's time for you to discover who you really are. This has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with relation. Mm-hmm. You are a piece. Listen to me now. You are a piece of the divine. You have to accept that. And if you don't believe me, I want you to hold your breath. I have a few exercises to bring you to clear consciousness. Hold your breath for as long as you can. You're going to find that you have to give that breath back. You have to give it back. You are in cohabitation, co-creation with the Creator. You are a piece of the Creator. You see, you breathe in and you breathe out. The Creator breathes into you and it takes your air back. It's just a beautiful dance and flow of life.
Yeah.
And without that strength and power, you would cease to exist. I tell people, if you really want to understand who you are and where you came from, there are two words you need to understand completely: the word all and the word everything, because God is all things and God is everything. That's including you. And when you accept that power, listen, don't be afraid of it. See, your body is an amazing thing. You have over 40 trillion cells in your body. Am I right about that, Dr. Mitchell?
Yeah, we got
about 40 trillion. Some have more than that. And you know what's so crazy, Dr. Mitchell? Is that those 40 trillion cells are listening to you 24/7.
100%.
Listen to this: death and life, nothing in between, is through the power of the tongue. You speak blessings or cursings over your life. That's the truth. Your words have power, and you got to learn how to use them properly. You got to start learning how to ask the right questions, because you are connected to the divine and you have all the answers. You have access to all the answers to every single problem that could ever show up in your life. And when you understand that it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to step into who you said you wanted to be.
100%.
You know, as soon as I said I wanted to be wealthy, I came from a very impoverished background, just like you said. We didn't grow up with silver spoons in our mouths, but we really did, because the spoon my mom gave me, it was silver.
I had to eat with my hands.
But I didn't grow up with a family that understood abundance and understood the laws of abundance. You have some family. That's why they say the rich get richer and the poor get poor. It's all a mindset. It's just a mindset, because I was poor.
Yeah.
But I'm not poor no more. I had to change my mindset. Yeah. And here's what I had to realize. Now, here's the big step. You ready? And I know, again, we're coming against social conditioning. Remember, we got that social conditioning over there in that box. So we're not going to go look over there yet. But I will tell you this, guys. Listen, I will tell you this. And as soon as you believe this, you'll start to access this power. There's more money than you can handle. There's abundance everywhere. That's nature. Okay? I want you to get clear about something. God created money. Man didn't. God used man to create money, but God created money, and there's energy behind that. And when I realized that money operates best with integrity, the power of integrity, the power of honesty, first with self, and then when you're dealing with the world, you will automatically become integrous with the way you deal with the world because you are dealing with yourself with integrity. What I mean by that is don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. That's the worst thing you could do because guess what that does? It splits you. Here's the deal. We're all divine beings living in a physical body. There's where your divinity met your humanity. And they have to work in harmony together in order for you to have the best life possible. And when you start speaking against yourself, you start operating with no integrity. I'll give you an example what I mean by that. And I'm going to give the example within the realm of where I play, which is health and fitness and wellness. Let's just say, here I am, Dr. Mitchell. I'm 40 pounds overweight, 60 pounds overweight. I'm starting to move towards bad health. I'm already on 3 or 4 medications for hypertension, depression, and other things, and I want to get rid of it. I want to stop. So I make a declaration to myself that I'm going to start working out Monday next week. I'm going to change my diet, man. I'm going to join a gym, or I'm going to start going to the gym I've been paying for the last 3 years that I haven't even went to. But I'm getting ready to start my fitness regimen, okay? So I'm going to start this thing Monday morning. I know I got to do it before work because I know I'm not going to do it after work. So I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to take a shower, and then I'm going to get dressed, and I'm going to work. That's my declaration to myself. Now, guess what? You just had an internal conversation, which has a lot of power. You don't even know that you have already started moving invisible elements in the metaphysical world to support you. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to wake up. Let's just say I said I was going to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym, 7 a.m. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you make this declaration. This is your body trying to show you how powerful you are, but you deny it. You'll wake up in the morning without the alarm, and you'll probably wake up around 6:45, 6:50, 6:55. It'll be a little bit early. It may even be 6:59, but it'll definitely be before 7 o'clock. Why? Because your biology listens to you, and it's trying to show you how powerful you are. So here I am, 6:45. I woke up, and I had an opportunity, a choice. See? People don't understand the power of choice. I had a choice right there. God gave me a choice right there in that moment. Who do you want to be, Tony? Do you want to be the man you've always been? You're going to go back to sleep? Or are you going to wake up and keep your commitment to yourself? I have a choice right there. I can either get up and get dressed and start moving forward towards what my goal of what I said I was going to do, operating with integrity with myself, or I can choose to go back to sleep, turn off the alarm, and go back to being who I've always been, operating without integrity, lying to myself. Now, here's what will happen. If I do that, tomorrow I'm probably going to do it again.
Of course.
Because of the energy of that. And then I'm going to do it again and again and again until I make a decision not to do it. So it will continue to show up by the law of energy until I make a decision. And a lot of people just don't understand these things. They don't understand how life works. The game of, I call it a game because you know what? I've sat by the bed of a lot of people that have left this planet, and I've realized that this beautiful life that we're living right now is a game. Mm-hmm. It's a game of choice.
Yes.
It's a game of creation, and that's it. You get to choose what you want to do, what you want to be, who you want to be in this world, and you get to choose what you're going to create in this world. But at the end of the day, people don't understand that action is the highest frequency and the highest vibration of creation.
100%. 100%.
Nothing happens without action.
You got to take empowered action. You have to first think of it and then do it. Like it's like the whole Nike slogan, just do it. You've got to do it.
Yes. And that's the premises of the 3 energies. The first energy you have is you have spiritual energy. You can't run from that. That is the very thing that's holding you together.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand this, that your spirit is not on the inside of your body. Your spirit is all around your body. It's on the inside, the outside. It's called your aura. And if you don't believe me, look up aura. You're going to see that you are an energy being and you have an aura.
Oh, yeah.
That's just who you are. That's your energy signature. That's your vibration and your frequency. And yes, it does change from time to time and moment to moment, from situation to situation, from event to event. But you can still keep your frequency and your energy high.
100%.
The other energy you have is you have mental energy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a question, Dr. Mitchell. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Where do you think the human mind is?
The average human mind?
No, we're not talking about average because there's nothing average about us as humans. We're so far beyond average. And, back to that question, where do you think the human mind is? As the physician, where do you think the human mind is?
Well, as the clinical lead, they'll say like right here.
Yeah,
That's
in your skull, right?
yeah.
Inside your skull. Well, let me tell you something. You ready? Your brain is in your skull. Your brain is the CPU, the central processing unit. It
Hmm.
is where all the feelings that you have, your touch feeling, your smell, your taste, all of your senses are processed through your CPU, which is your brain.
Yes.
Your mind, mind, is in every single cell of your body.
Yeah.
Watch how this works, and people don't even understand it. You are a spiritual being who's entered a physical body. Do you ever get ideas and messages that just come to you, Dr. Mitchell?
Of course.
Have you ever stopped to ask, where did that come from? Who's talking to me? Who's been talking to me ever since I was a little kid? And why does that voice sound like me? Have you ever asked that question?
Well, I
I
haven't been
asked
to
that
that.
question when I was 5 years old, locked in the basement and being abused by my family. I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on here?
Yeah. For real.
Who is this person that's talking to me on the inside, and why does it sound like me? I wanted to figure that out. So here you are. Your mind is in every cell of your body. You're getting these inspirations from another place that no one ever really stops to say, where is that information coming from? Where are these ideas coming from? Where are these solutions coming from? Where are these thoughts coming from? I wanted to know. And the reason why I wanted to know, because it was something I had to live with for the rest of my life. And I wanted to master that. You see, you're always being guided by spirit. You're always being guided by spirit, but you have to slow down to hear what spirit has to say.
Yeah,
And if
that's
you'll
so.
notice, our society is keeping us very busy. A lot of noise, a lot of
Mhm.
distractions. Right now our attention span has went from, I think it's down to, like they said, 3 to 5 seconds now. Is that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why tick. Yeah.
And you know who did that? Facebook did that. TikTok did
Mhm.
that. Instagram did that, because you go on those different social media platforms and you're just scrolling, watching videos, scrolling. So you're actually training your mind not to pay attention.
100%. It's sad.
And you're training your mind to be non focused. So you're really giving up your divine power, because your creation, your conscious creation, comes in silence. Your divine power comes in focus.
Mhm.
So if you're not silent and you don't have focus, it's very hard to create things intentionally the way that you've been created to do it.
100%. So that's why, stopping, pausing, smelling the roses, mindfulness, prayer, quiet time, still, so you can hear that still small voice. It's powerful. But again, like you said, you have to have the belief that you are created. You are like this divine, right? You have purpose, you have agency, you have autonomy. You are the master of your destiny, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So how do we, you know this, I know this. So how do we get the rest of the world to start to believe in this? One of the things I realized, Dr. Mitchell, is we don't believe anything until we discover it to be our truth. And you don't discover anything until you take action on it.
Yeah, lived experience, tested. How many times I've been driving and I'm like, okay, slow down or go here. And then the times I don't do it, it's like snap. Reinforced. So I'm just so connected with it. I recognize, like you said, we're energetic beings. We I sense what's around me. And if it's not in alignment with my spirit, I move myself out of it, whether it's work, relationship, etc., because I value those things. And you become who you are around, your company, the mastermind, principle. Like you are the sum of the five people closest to you. Those things are real. Like,
Oh, listen, that's the law of energy. See, here's
right?
what energy does: two things only. Only.
Mm-hmm.
Energy transfers and energy transforms. That's it. Energy transfers and transforms. That's why when you're in the company of people that are like minded, their energy is transferring to you. And if
Mm-hmm.
you stay there long enough, it's going to transform you, because that
Yes.
is the law of energy. You
Yes.
see, when I hung around broke people, I stayed broke.
Yeah.
You see, when I hung around people that were from the streets, they had a low level mindset, they had a low level frequency, they had a low level vibration, and they were moving in the world in a low level way. You know what? I was
Mhm.
participating with them because I was actually their friends. That was my tribe of people. But when I switched my tribe of people to businessmen, I switched my tribe of people to millionaires. I switched my tribe of people to the people I wanted to become. Guess what happened? I
100%.
became those people. I mean, it's just the law. It's the way it works. So I always tell people, whatever your condition is, no matter where you are right now, I've got good news for you. If you're breathing, you can change it, but you got to make the decision. And
Well,
here's the deal. You can't make the decision in anger. You can't make the decision in judgment. You can, but it won't sustain you.
yep.
You have to make the decision in love. And it
Mhm.
has to be the decision that you love yourself enough to step into that new destiny of what you want, because it's already there. It's there. You are actually already that person. You just haven't raised your frequency and your vibration high enough to unlock that into your particular life. But you're already that person. How do I know that? I've learned how to master the moment of now. That's all you got. Like right now is all we have right now. We don't even have the future. The future is not real. The past is not real. Those energies don't even really exist. Society tries to teach you to live in the past. And if you live in your past and look at your past frequently, you're going to live with depression.
100%. Yeah.
And if you live in the future, and if you live there long enough, you're going to live there with anxiety. But if you live in the moment of now where you have the power, the conscious power to make new decisions, the conscious power to say new things, the conscious power to believe new things, guess what? New things happen by the law of energy.
100%.
So I get my clients to start living in the power of now, making decisions about now. Who do you want to be? Who are you trying to become? Live that, be that person right now. Don't be that person tomorrow. Be that person right now.
100%.
And watch what happens. Observe your life. Things will change. It has no choice.
Exactly.
This is the law.
Exactly. Not
This
holding
is
it
the
up.
law. What I found is when no matter who the human being is and no matter where they are in their life, when I find that we get these three energies in harmonious design, when they're synergistically working with each other, your spirit, your mind, and your body, you become a conscious creator that's unstoppable.
100%.
You can transform your health and your body in a very short amount of time. You can transform your finances in a short amount of time. You can transform your relationships in a short amount of time. And if you'll stay in that positive energy area inside of you and inside of your life, life will just take care of itself. A lot of these things will just disappear as things are appearing in your life.
100%.
So I just tell people, if you can just focus on loving you, taking care of you, life will take care of the rest.
100%.
See, there's a little scripture in the Bible, and I don't like to, I'm not using, I don't want, it's not religion. These are laws. Check this out. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added to you. People don't want to believe that. Seek ye first the kingdom. The kingdom is inside of you. Seek ye first love for yourself. Seek ye first power for yourself. Seek ye first to understand that you are a creative being in a creative world, in a physical body, having a physical experience. Understand all of that so you can move through this world with love and happiness and joy and peace and power, because that's your birthright. If you'll live that way, guess what? Sickness and disease has no place in your body. It has no place because you're a totally different frequency. You see, disease and sickness and dysfunction, it's its own frequency. I tell people this, look at this example. I live on the FM side of life. You got two frequencies. You've got AM and FM. And one thing I do know this to be true, Dr. Mitchell, I can never get an AM station on the FM dial. They're two different frequencies.
Yeah.
So let's just say FM is good health, and let's just say AM is bad health, just for the example. Guess what? Here's something else I learned. Double-minded people are unstable in all their ways. You either got to make a decision who you are and stick with that decision. Today, don't say you're powerful, and tomorrow say you're pitiful.
Yes.
You're going to have problems there. It's inconsistent, incongruent energy. They're not going to work together. They're not going to work in harmony with each other. So just say you're powerful until you see that you're powerful, because it will show up. It has to, by law. So when you understand how to harmonize all three of these energies, you become the creative power that you were created to be. We were not created to struggle down here. I'm telling you, Dr. Mitchell, this is not the plan. It's part of the plan, but it's not the master's plan or the master plan in your life. A lot of these things that happen in your life, they have to happen so they can push you and move you towards your destiny.
100%. Like we said,
all that abuse I dealt with, all that poverty, all that abuse, all that struggling with my business, all the things that have happened to me from my childhood to date are, and this is another deep discussion. Hopefully you'll ask me to come back so we can continue to empower your people, because this is not a one-time discussion. This is something that you have to adopt and live the rest of your life by. I tell people, if you'll get to the clear understanding that life is learning and learning is life, if you'll understand that that's the game you're in, and also understand that you are a growth organism. You will grow. You will either grow by choice or you will grow by force. But make no mistake about it, you're going to grow.
Oh, yeah.
So why not grow by choice?
Yes.
If I can create my life, why not create my life by choice?
Yeah.
If my words are powerful and they are the things that create my life, why not be very selective about what I speak? Why not only speak what I desire? You see, I train my clients to do this, and it's powerful. It takes a while to get there, but it's powerful once you get there. I tell my clients, I only want you to speak two ways. I want you to speak as if you were God, and I want you to speak only what you desire.
Yep.
I want you to work on that for 30 days. That's your exercise. For all the listeners that are listening to me right now, I want to show you how powerful you are. I don't care if you have financial problems or not. It don't matter, because you only have them because you don't understand. I don't care if you have health concerns right now. You only have them because you don't understand. I don't even care if you have a lot of life struggles right now, because you only have them because you don't understand. So I want to give you some things to empower you immediately. That's the goal. So I'm going to ask you to do this for me for the next 30 days so that you can find out how powerful you are. It's not going to cost you any money, but it'll help you make money. It's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's,
First thing,
yeah.
and you're going to love this, Dr. Mitchell, because you're a holistic physician, and I love it. I wish we had more of you on the planet, which we are getting more, which is wonderful. I'm watching the evolution of medicine, which I'm super, super excited, because now they're starting to use vibration frequencies that help manage and destroy sickness and disease that's in the body. So I'm loving it. This is something that Nikola Tesla talked about way back in the day, and so did the father of medicine. Hippocrates spoke about this. He said that the future of medicine was frequencies and vibrations. Now, this is the father of medicine, Hippocrates, who created medicine. He said that the future of medicine was frequencies and vibrations. And if you don't believe me, I want you to research everything that I'm telling you, because you're only going to know until you're going to know it when you do it. Okay? Knowledge is not enough, guys. You can know a lot of things, but if you're not acting on what you know, that tells me you have no wisdom. Wisdom is acting on the things you know so that you can empower yourself to create the things you desire. So here's the thing I'm going to ask you to do for the next 30 days, which is going to improve your health, and it's going to improve your wealth. I promise you. But you got to do it. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you to go outside, and I'm going to ask you to take your socks and shoes off, and I'm going to ask you to stand on the earth. It's called grounding. The earth itself has a frequency, which is about 7.83 hertz. It's called the Schumann resonance. Human beings can't hear it. We can't hear that frequency, but animals can. Your dog can. Your cat can. Birds can. Insects can hear it. Every other creature on the earth can kind of hear it. Those animals can hear it. They're of a higher frequency than we are, a higher vibration than we are. That's not a judgment call. It's just the truth, okay? Why is it that they can hear it? If you think about it, your animals are outside quite frequently barefooted with no socks and shoes on, and they're standing on the earth. There's an exchange. There's an ionic exchange. The earth is putting ions in your body. And immediately when you stand on the earth, you're going to find if you're depressed, it's going to start to lift. If you have anxiety, it's going to start to disappear. When you stand on the earth, you get something which is called vasodilation. So if you have blood pressure issues or cardiovascular issues, it's going to help benefit that naturally. Your vasal system will expand, which is going to take the pressure off your heart, which means that more blood flow and oxygen is going to be delivered to your body. And you know, Dr. Mitchell, just as well as I do, without blood flow and oxygen to your body, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So if we can increase blood flow and oxygen naturally to the body, guess what? The body naturally starts to heal itself. So I want you to stand on that earth for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Now, if you have headphones like I do, which I do this probably maybe 4 to 5 days a week, depending on my schedule, but I definitely do it more than 3 times a week. But normally when I'm out there, I usually have my headphones on as well, because I want to hear the Schumann resonance. I don't want to just feel it. I can feel it when I stand on the ground. I can feel that energy going into my body, but I also want to hear it. So what I normally do is I go to YouTube. See, this is free. And all I want you to do is I want you to search Schumann resonance, and it's going to pop up. You're going to find various frequencies that you can listen to, but you want it to be the 7.83 frequency. And you want to put your headphones on or your earbuds on while you're standing on the earth. You got your earbuds in and you're listening to that frequency. While I am listening to that frequency, completely saturate my body with good health and power, I start to verbally speak out, not internally, but I verbally speak out my affirmations. I'm going to give you two powerful affirmations, and I'm going to tell you to observe certain things that are going to change, and you're going to see that you are a very powerful being. The first affirmation I would like for you to recite while you're standing on the earth and doing this Schumann resonance and the grounding. The first affirmation I would like for you to recite is this: I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise. Did you see that? It covers every aspect of your life. I am healthy. That means you've got good mental health, you got good physical health, and you've got strong spiritual health. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Your finances, you've got plenty of money in the bank to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You can buy anything that you desire. Quit saying you're broke and you'll stop being broke. Quit saying you're having money problems and you'll stop having money problems. It is the law of energy. It has nothing to do with your genetics. It has nothing to do with your color. It has nothing to do with the neighborhood you're living in. It has to do with your belief and your knowing. So I want you to start saying you are wealthy. Okay? Say it over and over and over. And guess what? Now the universe has to produce that for you by law. Even if you don't believe it right now, you'll come into belief because I'm going to show you what to pay attention to. So you're saying, I am healthy. You're saying, I am wealthy. And you're also going to say, I am wise. What did I say? Wisdom is taking action on the things you know. Knowledge is great to have, but it means nothing unless you take action.
Exactly.
And you're never going to know your power until you take action. Listen to me now. God has given it all to you. It's already inside of you. It's inside of your DNA. It's in every single cell of your body. But you will not activate it because you're fearful. You want to give the power to someone else. Do you really want the life you say you want? I'm going to show you how to get it because it's right there in front of you right now. You're in the way. You only have one problem. It's your beliefs. The other mantra I want you to say, and I say this every single day, if not 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. See, my affirmations, Dr. Mitchell, have become my conversations. I don't just set certain time to the side to say these things. I am saying them to myself all day, every day. That's how I am becoming it because I'm saying it all day, every day. Here's another powerful mantra I want you to say when you are standing on the earth and you're grounding. Now watch this. This is going to blow your mind, listeners. You're going to hear my voice throughout the day. This is the way it happens. This is your spirit trying to remind you. Your spirit's going to prompt you to say it, and you're going to get a choice to either say it or not. You're going to have a choice to stop your day and to speak this out because this is what you truly desire, or you're going to have a choice to continue your day and not do anything about it. And then you're going to continue to complain about it. So we're going to change that. Here's your other mantra. I am so grateful now. Remember I told you now is all you have? I am so grateful now that abundance comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently on an everyday basis. I am so grateful now that abundance comes to me easily, effortlessly, and consistently on an everyday basis. And I know that every single listener out there, I don't care where you are financially, you want abundance to come to you easily, you want it to come to you effortlessly, and you want it to come to you consistently on an everyday basis. I know I do.
Oh, yes.
So here's what I want you to observe. Now I've told you what to do for the next 30 days. The more frequently you do it and the more consistently you do it, the more power you're going to see in it. This is another H3O philosophy right here. Consistency and frequency equals mastery. Pay attention to that. No matter what you've done in your life, if you've mastered it, you've done it through consistency and frequency, even if you have bad health. You've been consistent and frequent about not paying attention to your body. You've been consistent and frequent about saying negative things towards your body. In your unconscious quiet conversation that you have with yourself when no one's around. This is what's going on. Your body's listening to you, I promise. So if you start speaking positive things to your body has no choice by law to do positive things. If you start speaking positively over your life, the energy of that has no choice but to produce more positive things in your life. Remember, energy transfers and transforms. So if you're speaking it out, it's transferring into the metaphysical world that you can't see, that fully exists. Matter of fact, the metaphysical world controls the physical world. So if you're speaking to that world, it's starting to move things in the metaphysical world that will help to manifest things in the physical world. That's the way it works. That's the law. That's why I want you to start speaking to yourself better. I want you to start operating with full self-integrity, because that energy will take over your body, it'll take over your life, and it'll start to pull you, you'll be in flow. You'll be in flow, heading towards your desire, your life's desires, what you're trying to create for your life, because we all are here creating. We're all here trying to have a beautiful life. We're all here. We want love. We want peace. We want joy. But a lot of us just don't know how to acquire it. And it starts with self. And that last piece you have is your body. Remember, we talked about those three energies: spirit, mind, and body. God gave you a body so you'll have a physical tool to create on this planet and to enjoy what you create. See, you couldn't enjoy your kids if you didn't have a physical body. How are you going to hug them, kiss them, and love them and see them? You couldn't enjoy your husband or your wife unless you had a physical body. You can't even enjoy a piece of cake unless you have a physical body.
Yes.
So this tool is very important. It's a beautiful tool. You're not paying attention to it. You're not empowering it. You're not in harmony with it. And you wonder why your life is showing up the way it's showing up.
Yeah.
You've got three distinct energies. Listen to me, king. Listen to me, queen. And I'm talking to everybody out there. You are a king and you are a queen over your own life. You control what you think, you control what you speak, and you control what you do. And that's how you're creating. Look at anything in your life that you love and look at anything in your life that you don't like. I promise you, you created it by thought, word, and deed. There is no way around it. It is the law. So if that's the law, and I have control over my thoughts, I have control over my words, I have control over my deeds, then by God, I have control over my life.
100%.
You see, that's why I work with leaders, because at the end of the day, I'm looking for people who are looking to really, 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 really take life to the next level. I'm looking for people that are really wanting to fulfill their complete destiny of why they came on this planet. I'm looking for people who want to have amazing divine health every single day. I'm looking for people who are not afraid to be who they are. I'm looking for people who are trying to create consciously, and they're just tired of struggling with their lives. They're tired of struggling with their health. They're tired of struggling with their finances. They're tired of struggling with their relationships. And I will tell you this, it all starts with you, every single bit of it, and it all ends with you, every single bit of it. But once we get the three laws, spirit, mind, and body in harmony, oh my God, Dr. Mitchell, the things that I've seen over the 38 years are absolute. It's miracle after miracle after miracle. We are miracle machines. That's the way we were created. And it's time for us to understand we don't have to live a life of stress. We don't have to live a life of depression. We don't have to live a life of struggle. We can be happy and healthy and prosperous every single day. It's there for us.
Yep.
At first, you have to understand it. And secondly, you have to believe that you're worthy of it.
100%.
Because if you don't, you'll never receive it. And the thing I do is I'm going to rebuild your health first. That's what I start off with. Why? Because when you feel good, you start to speak better to yourself.
Yeah, you do good.
And that internal conversation is critical. And I know you've worked with thousands of patients as well. Dr. Mitchell, you've traveled all over the world with your work. I've worked with thousands of people. I've been doing this for 38 years. And it's, as much as we love humans and humanity and we want the best for our clients and patients, at the end of the day, we can't do the work for them. They have to do it for themselves. We're here just to guide and to give instructions, potential instructions on what you could do. But you have to discover this for yourself. I want you to know how powerful you are. The world has lied to you long enough. You just don't know who you are yet. And whatever you're doing, whatever you got your hand to right now, I don't care if you're building a Fortune 500 organization, or if you're a mom and pop on the corner, or if you're just a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, or you're someone under the bridge. I don't care. If you can hear my voice, I want you to know the life that you desire is in your reach. The life that you deserve is in your reach. But there's just a few things that you have to do to unlock it. It's already there. I promise you it's there. No matter how big or small, it's already there by the law. And I want to show you how to unlock that. I want to show you how to get your personal power back. I want to show you what your biology, the beauty of your biology, of how you can turn your health around quickly. It doesn't take a long time, man. Remember, we only have the moment of now. It doesn't take a long time. And when you get in harmony with this, oh man, your body changes, your health gets better, you start speaking better to yourself, prosperity shows up in your life, the right people show up in your life, you get the right relationships, you have a healthy, happy existence. All these things will happen because that's the law of your being. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with you. I want to empower you. I want you to know who you are. Once you figure this out and once you live this, I promise you, you will not need another coach, counselor, nutritionist. You won't need a personal trainer. You'll know exactly how to take care of yourself. You'll know exactly how to create things. You'll know exactly how to live in this physical body that God has given you. It's a creative, beautiful organism. It's your home. It's your home. You can't leave. You know, I've had many cars, and just like you, you've traveled all over the world. You've had many homes, and I'm sure you've had many cars, and you've been in many locations. But I tell you what, Dr. Mitchell, wherever you've been and whatever you've done, you've had to have your body with you. You haven't changed bodies, have you?
No,
Same
look like
body.
it, same body.
And you know what I love about you? For the people that can't see Dr. Mitchell, she is a glowing example of what she preaches. She is
Thank
a
you.
healthy, beautiful woman. I couldn't believe how old she was, and I'm not going to tell people. But anyway, she's a beautiful, beautiful, healthy, vibrant doctor. I love seeing doctors like that. Why? Because they're practicing what they preach. I don't like to see doctors that are unhealthy.
Same.
You know, it's like how, there's another scripture I want to share with you. If the blind lead the blind, they both fall in a pit.
Yep. No, that's a good point, and I think that's a that's a great point to wrap this really masterclass on Coach
Would you
Cudjo.
would you please have me back? I want to continue to empower your people. There's so much
Yeah,
that
we
we
can
need. There's
definitely
so
talk.
much we need to share with them. Oh
There
my God.
is, there is. No, this is good. This is really good to listen to your words, which for me, they're second nature, but to many people, this is just new to them, but they need to, embrace it, accept it. You don't have to buy what society is telling you.
You know, here's the deal. I don't even want them to embrace it. I just want you to try it.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
you'll embrace it if it fits for you. If it works
That's
for
what
you, I
if
already
you
know it's
fit.
going to work for you. But
Yeah.
but I want you to try it so you know that it works for you.
Yes, for sure.
Then you embrace it for a lifestyle.
That's
But
right.
if you don't try it, you're never going to know. And again,
Never know.
guys, it don't cost you anything to go stand on God's green earth. Take your
Mm-mm.
socks and shoes off. When's the last time you did that? You'd be surprised if you do it on a regular basis, you're going to get healthy. It doesn't cost you anything to speak positively towards your life
Mm-mm.
and your health and your
Mm-mm.
finances. Come
Mm-mm.
on now.
No, I
It's just a
agree.
change of perspective. It's a change of conversation. You
I
can do
agree.
that. You're talking to yourself all the time anyway. Why
Yeah.
not talk prosperous to yourself?
Amen to that. So, my brother, how do people get a hold of you? How is the
Oh,
best
wow.
way?
That's good. And I wasn't even going to talk about. Okay, so here's what I love to do. For anyone that's listening, I want to offer something to you. And this, again, it's not going to cost you any money, just a little bit of your time.
Mhm.
I have something which is called the Core Three. And this is an amazing thing because, everybody has problems that they think they have. And what I like to do is I like to show people, first of all, it's not a problem, it's your perception. Because when you stop seeing it as a problem, the solution shows up pretty quickly. Okay, so I have something I do which is called Core Three. Now, this is an opportunity for us to talk. Okay, it's an acceptance interview. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a free 30-minute call, and we're going to get clear. We're going to get real clear about three core problems that you're having in your life. Three core problems. I always tell people, hey, why not choose a problem that you're having with your health? Why not choose a problem that maybe you're having with relationships in your life? Maybe a relationship problem that you're having, if you're having any at work, at home, outside of work or home. And the other, why don't you ask me any problems you're having about your physical body? So it's finances, it's relationships, and it's your physical body. And then I can show you that the answers are sitting in the room with you right now. You're just not paying attention. And if you are paying attention, you haven't elevated yourself to a certain frequency or vibration to accept that information properly. So this Core Three it's a wonderful opportunity for you and I, first of all, to get to meet each other. Secondly, an opportunity for you to get real clear about the powerful being that you are. And I'm also going to tell you exactly what to do to overcome those three issues. And if you'll execute that, you're going to find how powerful you are as a human being. So the way they can get in contact with me is all they have to do is do this. Go to urh3o.com. Now, this is where they will schedule a 30-minute free acceptance interview call with me. This is going to be an opportunity for us to get to know each other. And you can ask me any question you'd like. Just make sure when you ask me the question, you want to hear the truth, because I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to operate with integrity. I'm going to tell you the truth based off of my experience, based off of my knowledge. Okay. And then we're going to get to a place to where we're going to empower you to take steps forward towards your destiny. Now, when you're going to that, it's U as in under. Okay. It's just the letter U as in under. It's the letter R as in Ralph. It's the letter H as in Harry. It's the number 3. And it's the letter O as in Oscar. So it's urh3o.com. And then you'll land on my landing page, schedule some time for us to speak, and then we're going to get to meet each other. We're going to get to know each other. And worst case scenario, there's going to be a new friendship that will be established, which I'm super excited about that. So that's how they can get in contact with me, Dr. Mitchell.
Thank you so much for those details. They'll definitely be in the show notes as well. So for those of you who are scrolling on Apple or Spotify, you can check that out. And any other resources we'll tuck in there over time as we see you grow, your message grow, just the evidence of the work that you're doing grows. We'll definitely keep it updated. So again, Coach, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your most precious resource, time, with my listeners. And to our listeners, thanks again. I know this was a different format, but I feel it's time for us to really get to the truth of the matter. No sugarcoating.
Yes, ma'am.
No BS. It's
Yes.
keeping it real.
We've had enough of that. I've got
No.
I've got this crazy series that I'm going to be sharing as well now in closing. And it's a sad situation, but unfortunately, we've been socialized from day one, as soon as you enter this body. And we've been lied to. And, little stories. I call this story, and it's a deep, deep, deep story behind this. There is no Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. I don't lie to my kids. But yeah.
But you'll be surprised. Your parents told you that story, and then you told your kids that story, and then your kids told their kids that story, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on. But, there's a major story behind that because, again, as I was telling you, I was going through a lot of abuse in my life. And when I seen on TV that there was a white man that came in my house once a year, came down my chimney and brought me gifts, I thought potentially I had an ally to help me out of that situation that I was in. So there's a big story behind that when I finally realized that there wasn't really a Santa Claus, that was a lie.
Yep.
And understanding how important integrity is and that we live our lives with full integrity, first, especially with ourselves and then with others, and then how we operate in the world. Very important. And I think that's the problem that we have right now, Dr. Mitchell. Not very many people are operating with true integrity. They're not being completely honest with the way they're dealing with the world, the way they're dealing with themselves, the way they're dealing with other human beings. And that's the problem that we have right now. So if we can work on that together, you and I, we could shine a light. I tell people, come to the light. You're going to see everything.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Don't run from the light. Run towards the light. You'll see everything.
Yeah, 100%.
So I want to thank you so much, first of all, for who you are, Dr. Mitchell. Secondly, for the work that you're doing in the world. It is so big. We need this right now. Perfect time. And I want to thank you again for allowing me to come on your show and share this information with your listeners. And I want you all to know you are H3O. You just don't know it yet. Give me a call. Let's sit down and talk. Let me show you how powerful you really are. And you'll never look back and you'll never go back the other direction. I didn't. And the people that I've worked with, they haven't either. And they're doing amazing things in the world. It is your turn. It's your time. It's your turn. Listen to me. That's why you're here listening to me and Dr. Mitchell right now. Make no mistake about it. Nothing happens by chance. Okay. This is your time to take the next step forward towards your destiny. You need to understand and discover these things to be true so you can gain your power to create the way that you have been designed to create and the fulfillment of what's inside of your heart. And I'm going to sit and tell you where it all came from. So when you understand that there's a blueprint inside of you and there's a blueprint inside of your DNA and your job is to discover it and your job is to fulfill it while you're in this body on this planet. That's where you're going to find your power, and that's where you're going to find your peace. I
That's
love you
right.
guys. I thank you so much for your time. And if you want to, you can go back over there and you can get that box with all that crap in it that's held you back all your life, if that's what you really want to do. But I suggest leave that box over in the corner and let's walk away from it, and let's empower ourselves to do what we're supposed to be doing in these physical bodies and in this physical life on this earth. Amen. Amen.
Amen. All right, everyone. Till next time. Thank you, Coach Cudjo.
Blessings.
Thank you. This is your host, Dr. Tomi Mitchell from the Mental Health and Wellness Show. Bye.